The following podcast is brought to you by Iconic Nation Media. Welcome to In Studio with Kimberly, Lovi, where mindset meets motherhood, media meets mogul energy, and every episode feels like a front row seat to the life you're meant to lead. The podcast where ambition meets authenticity and we make success look oh so good, all while having lots of laughs. I'm Kimberly Lovi, wife, mom of three, founder of Iconic Nation Media, and the CEO who's been there, built that, all while chasing toddlers and even making an occasional appearance on the tennis courts. This show is your front row seat to the real talk behind building a brand, raising a family, and becoming the most iconic version of you. We cover business, mindset, motherhood, media, and all the messy moments in between. Every week, I'm joined by visionaries, creators, and changemakers who aren't afraid to share the unfiltered magic behind their come up. This isn't just a podcast. This is your all-access pass to finally play big. Let's play boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically together. So grab your matcha, fix that crown, and get ready to step into the studio. In Studio with Kimberly Lovi, because your next level has been waiting. And it's fabulous. Welcome back, everyone. And today I have a very, very special friend of mine, Sarah Talei. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. It's
How
good
nervous
to be
are
here.
you?
Kind of, a little bit. But I think it's okay now being next to you.
Yeah,
so it's all right. Yeah.
I told you.
I was very nervous coming in. I was like, what am I going to talk about?
Oh.
Am I going to be interesting? But I'm very excited to be here and to see you after so long.
I know. Okay, so let's tell the people. So first of all, let me introduce you. So Sarah is a probate attorney.
Yes.
She's a mom of three and a wife to a doctor.
Yes.
And we'll talk about your family because that's a whole separate fun topic.
Mm-hmm.
But we met in baby class.
Yes, we did.
So we met when, do you guys know when, my audience knows, you know, when you go to your first baby class and you are just barely surviving to get there and you have no idea what to expect? We were at the pump station in Santa Monica, which isn't still there.
It's not there anymore.
Oh my God, how sad.
Yeah.
Well, it was great. And it was our firstborn children for each of us. You had Vivi, I had Carter. And you said you remembered the first time.
Yes. I don't know if you remember this, but we were all already sitting in class and like we didn't really know each other. We're all just kind of like sitting there looking at each other. And it was my first baby class. And then you all of a sudden just like rush in and you had this like presence about you. You come in, I remember you went to the corner of the room. You're like, I'm sorry I'm late. Carter just had a huge blowout and I have to change him again. And I had changed him right before I left. And you're just like
flustered.
Yeah, flustered, like taking everything out. And I was like, who is this girl? I'm like, I love her. I'm like, is she from New York? Like this, like you had this like vibe about you.
Like, I'm not trying to impress you.
No, and like you didn't know any of us yet, but like you didn't care. And then you're like, and I couldn't find parking, and you're like taking stuff out of the bag.
I was so overwhelmed and flustered because I had never even changed a diaper, Sarah, until Carter.
Oh, wow.
Had you?
No. Actually, as you say that, no, I did not. No.
It was really stressful. And any parent here relates, like when you are trying to get out of the house and God, the first JFE, don't get scared. But I'm just going to let you guys know, if you haven't had children, getting out of the house. Whew,
yeah.
It is an event. And I knew when you said the first time I met you, when you said that, I was like, I wonder if she's going to talk about Carter and his blowouts.
Do you remember that?
Yes,
oh,
because
you do.
What would happen is right when we're about to leave, Carter would, it must have been I guess this happens, the position of the baby in the car seat like makes them poop, or at least for him.
Oh yeah, because their legs are up a little bit.
Yeah, it like squeezes their stomach in a way. Yeah. Well, anyway, so and he had iconic blowouts. I always say he was like advanced in eating, sleeping, and pooping. Anything else in terms of milestones, he was like on the end of the bell curve. Like all the parents were like, my baby's walking at 10 months.
Yeah.
I'm like, my baby isn't walking till 2 years old.
But he's having amazing blowouts. No?
Yes, and he's great at pooping. So,
Yeah.
you know, you give and you take. But that was so fun. And you and I we just connected.
Yeah, we
like,
did
instantly.
connect. Yeah.
We had a lot of really great girls in that class.
We really
Gosh, I
did.
feel like we should like tap them and like make everyone come
You know what it was?
a
We were
reunion.
like, I'm not going to say like we were older, but like we weren't like super, super young. And I think all of us had careers. It was a lot of, for most of us, it was our first kid. So it was just like a couple of them are like boss girls. But I mean,
No.
I think you were the most.
Well,
but
no, I don't think so. Excuse me.
it was a good,
Look at you.
but it was a good group for.
It was a really
Yeah.
nice group. And so if anyone out there is new to having kids, definitely check out baby classes. I do feel bad for the people that had to have their babies, like my sister,
During COVID. Yeah.
because they were really isolated, and that could be tough.
I had my third one during COVID, actually. Sammy.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
he was born in 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, because London was 22.
Yeah.
So you and I each have 3 kids, and they're the same ages relatively. So we
Yes.
have walked a lot of, like, man, when you find those mom friends that you can just like be 100% authentic with, like struggles, and like, I think our thing is like, we're not out here to put on the Ritz. We're
No.
here to like be real women and like do our best. And like,
And I remember that like we connected at like very important times in our lives. Like maybe we didn't see each other for a period of time, and then all of a sudden we'd connect, whether we'd bump into each other or on Instagram. And like, I don't know, or like when I remember when you announced, or no, when you said that you thought you were pregnant with your second, and I'm like, I want to get pregnant with my second. I was like, Nadine, we got to do this. Like Kimberly's doing it. And then I remember with like my third.
wait, are you saying that I inspired you to have your baby?
You got pregnant first.
Yeah,
And I was
7
like,
months postpartum with
yeah. So
Charlotte.
then we started trying around, like it was during the summer. I remember.
So you were like, wait, they're starting, we have to start.
yeah.
So how come I didn't did it get like a middle name from Gabby?
I mean,
Did I
you should have.
Where's the
Goldie,
honorary?
you have gold hair, Goldie. I don't know. And then I remember with our third, we were both. I don't know. I was struggling. I think
We struggled big time.
Yeah, I know both of us kind of struggled a little bit.
Did you have to ever do IVF?
I did not do IVF, but so I ended up having a miscarriage right when COVID, like the day of the shutdown,
Oh, great.
which was like crazy because like I could barely even go to the doctor's office. And like finally when I did get in there, she's like, I can't do a DNC. You have to take the pill. And I took the pill and it didn't fully work. So it was just like very complicated. So after that passed, after 3 months, it took a while. Then I wasn't getting pregnant, and my husband did anesthesia at an infertility clinic. So I was like, let me just go talk to this guy and see what's going on. Why can't I get pregnant? Granted, I hadn't been trying for so long, but like we are focused people, or like very driven people, goal oriented. So like when it doesn't happen, it's like, what is going on? And both of us got pregnant pretty easily with like the first, no? And
He
the
looked
second.
at me and I was pregnant the first 2. I thought I was such hot shit.
Right. So I went, and he was basically like, you need to do IVF. And I'm like, this is my third kid. Like, I'm just not going to go through that. So he gave me Clomid,
Yeah.
and I tried it. It didn't happen. And then I was like, I want to do it again. And he's like, you can't do it again. Like, you have to wait. Your follicles are sleepy. And then I was like, you know what? Screw this. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. I got pissed. And I ended up getting pregnant the following month. And that was it.
Okay, I always thought that would be my story.
Oh, so what was your story?
I always thought like, well, first of all, it's very confusing when you get pregnant twice and that like the first time,
Yeah.
and you think you're like Miss Fertile Myrtle over here.
Right.
And this is really weird, but I almost feel like I manifested infertility in a weird way because I kind of was like, I don't understand it. And I wonder what that's all like. And when I couldn't get pregnant for like 6 months, I knew something was wrong. And like a little birdie in the back of my mind was like, this is part of the experience. Like, and I was like, oh, how cute. Like, how cute. I get a little bout of infertility. I'll take the pills. You know, it'll be a hero story. Like, I'll take the pills. It will have been a modest, like, you know, controlled struggle. But anyway, Clomid didn't work. The other one that's the adjacent one didn't work. And then it ended up in IVF. And I had miscarried twice. So it ended up being like a real like thing.
Yeah.
But
well, good for you for doing that, because that is not easy.
Oh my God. You know, it's so crazy. And I've said this so many times, but I'm going to say it again in case we have some new friends here. I remember before I had any fertility issues being like, what do people tell their kids that were born through IVF? Like, do they tell them? Like, are they embarrassed? Are they ashamed? Does it make the kid feel bad? Like, I had all these thoughts, and like, now that I've been through it, I did not realize how difficult it was. And keep in mind, like, I want to be sensitive to the fact that we already had 2 kids. We had a boy and a girl. So I can't even imagine for the first time families, but we went through it twice, only had 1 embryo, and it ended up being London. And I will say it was like fighting a war. And I cannot wait to tell London about how hard we fought for her. Like, it's the proudest accomplishment of my whole life. It's crazy.
Right.
Like how much. And I'm like, why would anyone be embarrassed about this? Like, this is something I'm proud of. Like, I fucking fought with my heart and soul for this kid. Like my body, it was like a war.
Yeah.
So I just shout out to any of the folks out there that have been through it or they're going through it. It is not a fun journey, but man, is it worth it?
No, it's not fun. All the hormones, we're already dealing with like our own natural hormones, and then that on top of it, and then the emotional, and it like psychs you out. So
it's crazy, but it was so great to have a friend. Back to your point, it's so great to have like true friends that you can just be like,
real with. That's what I felt with you. I could always just be very real with you, because there's a lot of people around me, especially like in the Persian Jewish community, which I'm a part of, where people are just not very real and honest. I mean, it's cultural, unfortunately, but so it's nice to have that connection.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I really try and be the type of person, not that I try, I think I just am the type of person where I don't like to put on airs. I don't actually feel comfortable around people that are
Same.
like, I'm here and you're there and I have this and you don't. And like, that is not it. Like straight up, just, that is not my vibe.
Right.
To each his own. But I just feel like, and like, that's the whole essence of my podcast too, is like just connection and being yourself and being comfortable in your own skin and helping each other. Like that's.
Yeah, but it's hard to get to that point. You know, not everyone has that capability.
Why? Like what is the thing that, is it just lack of self-confidence or afraid of other people's judgments?
You came from a healthy family. You had a great relationship with your mom. It's innate. You're surrounded by it. You know, you were given that gift. A lot of people aren't given that. I mean, they have hard upbringings or like,
absolutely,
you know, I think all of that contributes to it.
I agree 100%.
So I think like we're lucky. I'm comfortable in my skin, not all the time. I work on myself. You're like that too.
Yeah, we're always working on ourselves.
Yeah, always. Therapy, meds. Oh yeah.
Wine.
I can't even drink wine anymore.
Oh,
I swear. Like
quitters never prosper.
I hit 45. No, I hit 44 actually, and like couldn't drink anymore.
Oh my God. Seriously, I have to tell you. Do you know the other day, the other night, we went to Make-A-Wish Foundation here locally. It was beautiful. They were celebrating with the Rams and raising money, and we were honored to be a part of it. But I had 2 glasses of wine, and I was hungover the next day. I was like, what is
those
happening?
days are over. The last time I drank, I had to have Nadiv, my husband, give me an IV afterwards. I swear to God, because I was like, I have to get up for the kids. I have work to do. And I'm like here hungover. So I can't. Oh my
God, I'm dying. Wait, how come he doesn't come to my house? I'm going to have him come over here.
Anytime you want.
That's so great. So I want to ask you about your business. And I feel like you are so interesting to me because you're so mild-mannered and feminine, energetically. Like you don't give off the alpha female vibe, but you crush it. You crush it.
So sweet.
Like you're a boss. Like you've been a partner. You were a partner at your firm for 20. You were there for a long time, which we're going to talk about. Now you have your own company with your brother, which we're going to talk about. But in your own right, you are a really powerful woman.
You're so sweet.
And I love how you balance the feminine and the masculine. Do you have any tips for me to do that?
That is interesting. I think you're actually the same way.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
you
good. Because I feel like sometimes it's too much alpha female energy, and I don't want to give off too much of that vibe just because I think it's important to like embrace your feminine and be powerful all at once.
I mean, I get aggressive when necessary. I'm not always like this. No. Give us examples. I have that side
when
of me.
Nadiv doesn't make the bed.
Oh my God. Poor Nadiv. Poor Nadeem.
Just kidding.
No, I mean, I have this
awesome.
like overprotective side of me. So like even in my cases, like I will fight. I won't say like being a good attorney is not about being aggressive. It's just like a chess game. It's like, what's my strategy and how can I best work this case to help this, my client move forward. So I I can get angry and whatever, but in my personal life, but not in my work life. So
I like that.
I just kind of see it more as like a chess game. And how am I going to outdo this guy? A lot of times it's, men that I'm against because I'm in probate. So it's a very old boys kind of club.
Oh,
yeah.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Okay. For those of us that don't know about law as much as you.
Yes.
What is probate?
So probate is wills, trusts, conservatorships. And there's the back end, which is the estate planning, drafting the wills and the trusts and power of attorney. And then there is the litigation side. So that's where we're in court. It's anywhere from estates where people die without a will has to go through court. If they die with a will and no trusts, go through court. If we're fighting about guardianships, that's also in probate court. And conservatorships, like what happened with Britney Spears, that was in our court. And conservatorships used to be like my passion. I loved it and I still love it. So that's probate, is like anytime there's conflict and litigation or there's any type of issues within family about estates, it comes to the courts. And our courts have expanded tremendous, like so much from the moment that I started 20 years ago till now, because we have so much litigation over this stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so important that we have these discussions because, as everyone knows by now, my mom passed in October. And like, when you're living your life, you don't really think about this kind of stuff day to day. Now, thankfully, my parents did and have and whatever, but I don't really fully understand it. And I feel like the age that we're at, we need to start adulting and understanding it.
Yeah.
So what are like the top thing? First of all, like, did Brian and I need to have a will and all the things right now?
Do you not have one yet?
Wait a second.
Okay, so the answer is yes, but if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. The reason why most married couples need it is one, because of the house. A lot of times it's in joint tenancy if you own any property. So like if one dies, it goes to the other.
Right.
What happens if both die? Then it goes to the kids. But how do you do that? It has to go through court or through a trust. So it's important if you own real property. If you own a business, what happens to your business? If it's not in the articles of incorporation, you need to put it in a trust. So the trust can at least, delineate what's going to happen to the business. And what's important for a lot of people is guardianships. What happens to the children? So those are like the three main reasons for like.
So we need it.
Yeah, you need it.
Oh, shoot.
But it's like really not a big deal.
It feels overwhelming, confusing, scary, and expensive.
It's not that expensive considering how much probate would be. I mean, you're talking about maybe $3,500 on the back end doing it versus 20 to, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on the value of the estate that the attorney gets in the end.
Wow.
So like, obviously for me, it's better people don't do their estate plans and then I would probate their estates.
Right.
But it's like something so easy to do. And if it's a good attorney, it shouldn't take that long and it shouldn't be that overwhelming.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay. See, now the fine people understand. So then, and by the way, if people want to go to you, how can they go to you? We're not at the end of the episode, but I just it feels like I need to make sure people know how to contact you.
I actually just started my own firm with my brother.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's called Talei and Talei. So they can just look me up, Talei. I never changed my name, so I still have my last name.
You have such a beautiful name. Now, I've heard people say Talei, and now you just said Talei.
Whatever is easier. Like, listen, in Farsi, it's Talei.
Oh.
But it's like hard to say, so like I say Talei.
Okay. And I say Talei because that's
Easy.
what
I don't care. It's all the same.
I just think it's gorgeous. I think it is a really gorgeous name.
Thank you.
But anyway, okay,
Thanks.
Continue. So tell us about your new firm. And
so what happened, I was working with a firm for 20 years. They really raised me both like personally and like on the business side. They're one of like the most prominent probate firms in California. And so I learned a lot from them. They're at my wedding, my uncle, you know, like I felt like they're like father figures for me. But anyways, over the course of, you know, the past like 10 years, some passed away, some retired. And we were kind of left at this like crossing where three remaining partners were there. One was retiring, the other one went off on his own. So there was one left. And they wanted all of us who were kind of like the lower echelon partners to elevate up and become like the equity managing partners.
Does that mean you pay in?
Yeah, you pay in and you're responsible for the lease and for all of the expenses. And I had kind of scaled back, obviously, because I have like 3 kids and managing them is my priority. So it was hard for me to kind of like devote all of my time like I had done in the past. So I was at a crossroads, and I don't know if it's like midlife crisis, but like anyways, I decided with my brother, who was actually at my firm, that it's time for us to go off on our own. And so in a course of like, I'd say like 3-4 weeks, we got out and did our own thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was, I didn't expect for it to be so fast because I was hoping to stay of counsel with them. So kind of like an independent contractor where I would do my own thing, but also be involved with them. But one of the girls, ladies, attorneys, who was my level, who had come up, objected to me coming in as of counsel. And I just didn't want to be involved in the drama, and I didn't want to like create more drama for the main partner left. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to create problems for you. I'm going to go off on my own with my brother, which is something that I should have done years ago. And so we did it, and it was very anxiety provoking for me. Because I'm not a person that changes. Obviously, if I'm with like the same firm for 20 years, I could have changed a million times. There's not many people who specialize in what I do. So I could have been taken by one of the big firms. I could have gone off on my own. But like, I just didn't want to change anything. And so I just stayed there. So for me to make this move was huge. And I don't know, I ended up going on like anti-anxiety meds. Like I just had to like calm myself down because it was a lot. With 3 kids, family, being Persian and Jewish is like a part-time job too. No, really, like
hear about that.
Going to like all these events and all these responsibilities, it's a lot.
No, it is. It's such a vibrant, beautiful community.
Yeah, but it's like part-time. Like, you know,
I wish I was Persian. I'm just letting you know. I would like to go to all the parties as well. Everyone's so beautiful and fabulous. But so anyway.
You're Persian by association.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I will take
People
that.
strive to be like you. No, really, really. So it's just, it was a lot for me to handle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
so.
It is a lot to handle. And it's so timely that we're having this conversation because you are really the only female I can think of that, gosh,
what?
Right? Like, again, we have this synchronicity in our lives.
I know, it's crazy.
I went in my own, you know, I launched my business, anxiety inducing, 3 kids. I didn't think of the anxiety meds, by the way. Good to know.
I'll tell you what happened there is like, I'm 45. I really think that perimenopause, premenopause is a thing. I do think that I'm starting to go through it, and I do think that it's affecting me emotionally. It affects the way that I think, that I analyze things, and my anxiety level is insane. And I don't have anything situational right now in my life. Like, yes, I have a lot going on. I've had a lot more before, but I can't handle life the way that I used to. And so I started researching, and, you know, I went to my OB and whatever. It is perimenopause. There's not much that we can do. There's like, you know, HRT, hormone replacement therapy, but I'm too early for that. So then her suggestion was SSRIs. And so then I consulted with a psychiatrist who specializes in this. And she said, you know, you're exactly right. This is what it is. But because like perimenopause is like a shooting target, there's like no way of like prescribing any hormones to be able to like make sure that you're going to feel your best. SSRIs are like the way to go. So I started like a couple months ago, which was like very hard for me to admit that I had to get on anti-anxiety, but it's helping. It's kind of like shaving off a little bit of the anxiety, and I don't know, we'll see where it takes me. But
I thank you for being so real and honest about it. I feel like I also struggle with anxiety, especially with the passing of my mom, because you
Right.
know our moms are our
Yes.
best friends.
Yes.
And it is a whole other level of all the things.
It is.
And it's a lot.
It is a lot.
really, really devastating.
Yeah.
And I've been really, really trying to reshuffle things. And I want to hear about, you talked about prioritizing your kids, but like for me, I've been trying to really limit my hours at work. Maybe not limit, but like flex them better. So making sure I'm picking up my kids and being with them in the afternoons. When I do that, that
Right.
means on Saturday and or Sunday, I am then working when I
Right.
have help, because we don't have help. Do you have help?
You don't have help? I thought you had help.
No, my help died.
Oh my God. Wait, no, wait. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Why do you say it like that?
Because I have to like, I can't dance around it. I have to
loved
make
your mom.
light
I
of
loved
it.
your mom.
Thank you.
Yes, I have help. There's like no way that I would survive.
How much help do you have?
I have someone basically there every single day. She's not a live-in, but I
Yeah,
have,
that's
and she's been with my mom's family for a long time. I mean, when I was living with my mom and then with me. So yes, I have help. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we have a cleaning lady.
No, I also-
my mother-in-law comes like twice a week for a couple hours. Like it's very light help.
you cannot do
Almost
what
no
you're
help.
doing without help. Like there's no way.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Like even like prepping the food, cooking the food. Like I like to make sure that I have food at home for the kids. And then
No, I don't
wanna,
do that.
You know, so who does it? You order? Well, you do have Lovies.
Well, lately that's been some of the things that I'm like, I need to regroup on the food part. Like that's bad.
It's not bad. No, it's not bad. You know what? Yesterday or the day before, I spent, it was an hour shopping, had to go to 2 different stores.
Always. Mm-hmm.
Then, I had to go to the Persian market, then, Ralph's, come home, and I was like going to make this like kebab thing for the kids. Took me hours to make it. The rice with the crispy thing takes forever.
Oh my God,
Taddy.
my mouth is watering. Okay.
And I made it for the kids. I'm like trying to work in between. Then we have play dates over all the time. And then like I get down, put dinner, and they're like, ugh, this is gross.
I was just going to say, tell me your kids did not eat it, because that's what happens to me.
No. And then like
And you want
my
to
mom lives 2 doors
die.
down, and I don't know, I was like taking something to her, and I'm like, Mom, I spent all this time today. I didn't work, and I did it so like they would have like a nice meal, and they didn't like it. And she's like, why are you doing this to yourself? Just order food. I was like, you know what? I should do that. I think like because
I love your mom.
My mom is amazing. My mom is amazing. Like your mom. She was like, because I saw her cooking every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, she had to cook and clean every single day. So like I saw that and I wanted to emulate that at times. But I don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We have so many resources around us to help us now.
I know, it's such an interesting thing. Like, I don't know about you, but look, I know I'm a good mom because of my heart and I love my kids and all of that. But I'm going to be real. Like, I will sit there and be like, God, I thought I was going to be a better mom than this.
You are a good mom.
I'm just tired. Like, I'm
We're
tired.
all
I don't
tired.
have that extra energy to like do what I would love to do. Like, for example, like really go big on decorations for holidays and like just some of this stuff, or like, cooking the way that I would like to. But what we do, I will tell you one thing that works for all the women out there, or parents. I don't mean to say just women, but for all of us out there that are trying, I will say one thing that I started with my family about 10 years ago now is we do Sunday fam din. And I'm sure you guys have some people do Shabbat.
Shabbat, yeah.
Do you do Shabbat?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I mean,
that's
not
great.
like formally, but yeah. Yes.
So for us, it's like my blackout time where I know I'm working on Sundays when I have help from like 10:30 to 2:30. Then I am a mom. I am grocery shopping. I am homemaking, and everyone comes to our house. And that is really important family time. And it makes me feel like I'm pouring into my family.
Right. It's important.
Yeah.
That's why like Shabbat is important. You do yours on Sunday. And I do mine on Friday nights.
That's so great. What do you do exactly?
I mean, so Persians do it like it varies.
Just say it. They do it better than all of us.
No, we don't do it better, but
Yes.
it's like, okay, pre-COVID, we used to have huge Shabbat parties.
Right.
Like
yeah.
grandparents,
30
cousins,
people.
second cousins. Like that's like immediate family.
Right. Of 30 people.
After COVID, things have kind of like died down a little bit. I think because like the older generation who used to do all this stuff, they're older now. And anyway, so it's just getting together with family and with friends. And, for me in the current situation that we're in, it's very important for my kids to know about like Jewish values and about Shabbat. So like I'll light the candles, I'll, have the challah, and it's about family and getting together. So that's essentially what we do on Friday nights.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you do anything like exercise wise for your managing your anxiety, or like not even necessarily exercise, like painting or anything that you are figuring out works well for you to calm down or keep your nervous system like taking an hour in the morning? Like do you have anything you do or that you want to do?
The short answer is no. And I think a lot of it is that I was juggling so much with my kids and with work and then social obligations and then husband and my parents that I kind of lost that side of me. And, I'd be in therapy and she'd be like, go do something for you. I was like, okay. I'd go get a massage. I still wouldn't feel like that great. I'd go to a concert, which like used to make me feel great. Not really. Then I was like, okay, I used to travel everywhere. Traveled, still kind of, so there's nothing yet that makes me feel that great like I used to in the past. So, that's why I had decided to try Zoloft, is because nothing is kind of made, nothing's hitting.
It's hard because all of those things are things that used to hit. And like for me, I'll tell you mine. I have like probably two that I can think of, really just two. And they're simple. Like anyone can do them. And it's become really important for me is in the morning, what I realized is I have to wake up before my kids, period. Right. Because I need quiet time. Because the second the kids are awake, you are of service. You are now serving them and helping them along in their day, which is our job and our role. And it is an honor to get to do it. But when I'm just waking up, so what I do is I wake up, and now I'm on an early schedule, so it happens very naturally for me now where I wake up before everyone. I tiptoe downstairs. My coffee is already made because we set it up the night before, so it's waiting for me. I light a candle, and it's like time for me and my mom too, because she said light a candle for me. And it's our time.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Your mom is amazing.
Well, it's also thank you.
She was your
It's also
BFF.
a nice time for me because when I was 12, I started drinking coffee, and I'd get up early and we'd have our coffee together. And like I joke, I'm like, thank God I started drinking coffee so young because I'm so tall.
You're making me cry.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
But it's true. It's like my time to like really like get
Remember
to
her and
be with her. And it's not all just about her, but it's like, it is like, it's my time to just have peace and quiet.
Right.
And
I can't even imagine what, like, that's like my biggest fear in my life is my mom. Like literally. There's like nothing
Enjoy
else.
every
I know.
single moment you have.
Yeah.
Like you're already doing it right. Like you've positioned yourself to be present with her every day and her health and in her youth and in her vibrancy. And you get to walk to her house and be like, Mom, like that story you just told me was like, those are the things that are like,
that you miss with her.
Yeah. And like, it's just, what I learned too, where and this is where I'm so grateful. And this is why I have no problem crying about my mom at any time is, and this is important for people that are grieving too, is like, how many people, when I lost my mom, how many people said like, I had a terrible relationship with my mom, or my mom bullied me, or she was horrible, or she was batshit crazy, or whatever their thing was with their mom. Right. And I didn't really understand how many people do not have the relationship we have with our moms.
It's very rare.
I kind of knew it, but like it wasn't until people were looking at me like, my mom died, thank God. I'm like, oh my God, holy shit. Like it is real. And I'm not judging those people because they have their journey and for a reason. So when I cry about my mom, I'm never afraid to cry. And this is for if anyone struggles with showing their feelings when somebody dies or if somebody's sick or whatever. I had a realization that is so important, which is like, I am devastated about my mom because she was so awesome. And my devastation is a reflection of how awesome my mom was and how desperately I miss her because she was that amazing.
Right.
And I will cry. I'm allowed to cry as much as I need to because she was that awesome and good and I miss her that much and I'm proud. Like I'm proud. I'm allowed to be devastated. Of course I am. She was amazing.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So
you
that's
were
just
the only
a side
one
note.
in our in our baby class that your mom would come to our events.
Yeah.
I think she actually met my mom at my house.
Oh, at the
Yes,
house. I do
yes,
remember that.
Yes.
God, it feels like you're like, well, it was yours. It was like, we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, I
anyway.
remember your relationship with your mom is very similar to my relationship
and it's
with my mom.
so beautiful. And I'm so overjoyed that you have that. And also you get to perpetuate that with your girls. And I mean, your son too.
I hope. She was better at it than I am, but hopefully I can try.
But you can do it in your own way.
Yeah, I'm trying.
We all are.
I'm trying. I'm a little bit more controlling than she is, which I think is just...
How do you have the energy to be controlling? That left my body. I'm like, I'm too tired to control my kids. If they're rogue and they're...
I'm used to it because I feel like with my brothers, even though they're Ben is a year younger than me and Nate is 5 years, I was always kind of like this motherly protective figure. I think because my parents had their issues and they were... there's a lot of problems between them and I was kind of the one protecting these guys. So I just always had that role and I still have that role with them and my kids. So I feel like I'm constantly managing everything.
Wow.
I'm working really hard.
What's your sign?
Not to. I'm a Cancer.
I knew
We're
it.
Similar.
Yeah. When's your birthday again?
June 29th. You're July, right?
I'm July 4th.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, because as you talk, I'm like, you're such
really
Cancer
I don't really know
energy.
much about
Oh my God, you're it. I wonder what your rising is. I got to figure it. I got to pull your chart.
But yeah, so
I don't know how you do it all.
I'm not. I'm trying to. I'm having a hard time. I'm being honest. It's a lot.
So am I. Yeah, it's hard.
I've cut back.
It's really hard. It's a fight every day. And we're not even talking about the business parts of it.
No, I'm not talking about that stuff.
We're not even talking about any of that because that's a whole other level of anxiety inducing problems.
No, it's also this day and age, I have 2 girls. I need to check in with them emotionally, make sure that they're not suffering with, about anything with image issues or my biggest fear is for them to have an eating disorder or just not be happy in life. With Instagram and everything, it's going to be hard for them. So I'm very focused on their emotional well-being and it's just a lot. My parents split up. So dealing with that, their divorce, Ben with his practice and how people take advantage of him. And there's just a lot.
Oh my God. So we have to tell everyone
about
we haven't even talked about Ben.
Dr. Talei. So
what's so crazy to me is where we live is not in the city anymore. We moved out of the city. We're now in the suburbs. And it makes me giggle because we've known each other for almost 10 years now. And, we accidentally vacation together. We life together a lot in a lot of ways as we can, all the parallels that we've been through. And I now hear people talk about your brother and I'm like, Sarah's brother?
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because, when you know somebody personally and then they become well known, it almost makes you giggle in a way because you're like, that's so funny. It's great and not in a bad way. It's just that it's different. It's weird when the world sees your friends as a famous person.
Right.
And you're like, yeah, but I've known them. But my only memory about you referring to your brother is you being like, when we were finally done nursing and you're like, if we need Botox, my brother can do it. Cause this is now 9+ years ago. And he was still starting basically. Right.
Yeah.
So tell us, who's your brother?
So my brother is Dr. Ben Talei. He's my younger brother. So to me, he's like always my annoying little brother.
Is he the second or the third?
He's the second. So we are 16 months apart. We're very close. He's a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills. He's an ear, nose, and throat doctor, plastics, and he specializes in hemangioma. I mean, he did a specialty in hemangiomas. Which is something blood. No. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to speak now.
No, I can tell you. But anyways, he does facial plastics, and I'll explain what the hemangioma is. And he just specializes in facelifts now. He has the Aura, it's called Aura lift. That's his thing. And he like developed this lip lift at Cupid Lips that everyone does.
I've heard.
Yeah.
He's some people's best kept secret, but I'm like, I know that family very well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's
he's
so great.
He's very talented, and he has a good bedside manner, and I think that's kind of what's pushed him further than a lot of other people. And he's very honest.
I love that.
But going back to the hemangioma part,
is it when? Wait, let me guess. Tell me if I get this. Is it when people have, or like usually babies have the like purple?
Yeah.
Kisses on them?
So he hates that I even talk about this, but I don't care.
Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, sorry, Ben. When he was a couple months old, this was actually kind of traumatic for us. I'm laughing, but he had a hemangioma himself inside of his trachea.
Oh my God.
Yes. And no one knew what was wrong with him. And, we lived in San Jose at the time, Silicon Valley, Stanford Hospital. My parents would take him from hospital to hospital. They were immigrants. They couldn't figure out what was going on. And it got really scary. I mean, to the point where the doctors were like, we can't help him. Like, he was not breathing anymore. His face was constantly blue. This poor kid.
Oh my God.
Anyways, it's like towards the end, and we got him to Stanford Hospital. And this one doctor figured out that he had a hemangioma in his trachea. And they removed it, and he was essentially reborn. So
how old was he?
6 months, 9 months.
Oh my God.
He was young.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
He was like a baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So to me, I think that he went into what he's doing because of that. He doesn't think so. He's like, it's just a coincidence, and it's not a coincidence. Like, Ben was always, he's a brilliant, brilliant person. And, now he's also helping with like children who have hemangiomas on the outside, inside. So like he does a lot of these not missions, but he goes to countries where they don't have like great healthcare and helps these kids. So he does both.
I absolutely love that story. I didn't know you can have a hemangioma in your inside of your body.
It's crazy.
And I had no idea it could cause that much disruption and like your function of whatever's going on in your body. It makes sense.
It was blocking his airway.
That is insane.
Yeah.
You know what's fascinating about that story, besides everything, is my sister had a health issue when she was 12 and was severely hospitalized. They thought she had leukemia.
Oh, wow.
And now she is an MD, PhD also, and is like, they're both doctors and they both had these issues. And I just find that she will say that it did impact her.
Right. Well, because she's more in tune with herself. He's like a male surgeon, male Persian Jewish surgeon. This is what you're going to get.
Are your brothers married? Because you said that you're kind of watching over them.
No, they're not married.
I knew that, but I wanted to just shout them out in case.
I don't know.
I'm just letting the world know.
Ben is on a different level. He gets taken advantage of by a lot of girls, ironically.
Like they want him to do free like plastic surgery.
He's like really, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No, I swear
was totally joking.
No.
People will actually do that.
Ben is like that. Ben is like a genius when it comes to everything except for relationships with women. And so he's dated terrible women who have taken advantage of him, cheated on him. I swear he's going to kill me for this. And so I'm at a point with him where I'm like, just please don't get married because I don't know who you're going to end up with. Like he is such a giving person, that he just wants to give to everyone, to the world. And he has like 5 or 6 surgeons in his surgery in the OR every day learning from him. Like he's not keeping anything a secret. He's just, he wants to teach everybody. So that's just kind of how he is.
God, he sounds like he sounds like a wonderful guy.
He's a good
How
guy.
old is he? 40, 41?
So I'm 45,
you're 45. So he's
44.
43 and a half. Oh, 44 now.
Yeah, we're 1 year apart.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's Nate.
And then Nate. So you have your firm
Yes.
with Nate.
Yes. Yeah, I brought Nate
Who's
over.
the boss?
Unfortunately, it's me, but I don't want to be anymore. I'm like, I'm relinquishing.
It's only been a couple months, Sarah.
I know, but I'm relinquishing everything to you. Like, take over. I'm tired of this.
How old is he?
He's 5 years younger. He's 40.
So he probably is excited to take over.
Yeah, he's excited.
He's vibrant and young and spry.
And he's very good at litigating. Like, litigation is really more tailored for men. Men created the court system. It's made for men. So it's not hard as a woman, but you know, I'm not like a confrontational person. I'm not aggressive. So to go into a courtroom and do all of this, it doesn't come innately to me.
It's kind of, tell me if it's kind of like a going to purchase or lease a car. You kind of want your husband there.
Yeah.
And I have a finance, like I am fine to negotiate and have a finance background. I understand the dollars and cents of it all. It's not that though. It's the male factor.
Yeah. I mean,
Sometimes
listen, I can still do it and I can outmaneuver them, but it's just different, you know, and I really had to like work on myself to be okay getting up there and arguing against a 60-year-old man.
If you do that, can you invite me? I'd love to go see you in action, screaming at people or... Yeah. What did you say? Strategizing? What'd you say?
Yeah, it's like strategy. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see you doing that. I'd be sitting there like eating popcorn. Look at her go. Look at our girl.
I do it in my own way. Like I'm not as aggressive as they are, but I do it in my own way.
I love that. That can be very powerful though.
Yeah, it can be.
Especially when they underestimate you. How much do you love that? I love that as a woman when they underestimate me. I love it. It's like my favorite
How about when
thing.
they come in a deposition and they're like, honey, can you go get me coffee? And I'd be like, no, I can't, but you can go outside and ask the front desk to get you coffee. Like there's many times when things like that
Wow. You know something? I want to say something about that. I worked in strategy, finance, management consulting for a decade with some of the biggest companies in the world and with their C-suite and all this kind of stuff, right? So multi-billion-dollar companies, publicly traded, all the things. So I would purposely not wear a skirt or a dress. I would always wear a full suit, not like tie, like butch, not that, like like a nice suit, but like pantsuit on purpose because I have long legs, I'm tall, because of that exact reason. Because I was like, I never want to be mistaken for being somebody's assistant when I'm the boss.
You know, I did that in the beginning too. And then I was like, you know what? This is who I am. This is what I am. And I'm going to use it to my advantage. And I did. Like I wore whatever I wanted. I remember I used to wear like a red blazer. I have like, you know, I'm like friendly and I talk to attorneys, but like I did it my own way.
Right.
And it ended up working out for me. And, you know, half of being an attorney is personality and like, you know, managing your client. And a lot of it's like who you are as a person. Yes, it's how smart you are in your legal work, but how are you going to manage your client? If there's a jury, do they like you? If there's a judge, do they trust you? So there's a lot of aspects to it that I kind of just did my own thing.
I love that. Yeah. I love that you say that you did it your own way and you started to wear like who you are, like being your, I finally, as I've gotten older, I've been able to do that because when you talk to me, my experience speaks for itself at this point, right? Like it's, nobody can take your education, your experience. No. So I'm a lot more comfortable, you know, dressing a certain way, looking a certain way. I had one, oh my God. I had one woman at the time. She must have been like 10 plus years older than me. And I'm not going to say her name, but I worked with her at PwC. And she literally said to me, Kimberly, you're so brave to be that blonde and work in this industry.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I laughed my ass off. Oh, now I roll however I want to, honey. I could be in a suit, I can be in a skirt, I can be in whatever, blonde, blue hair, it doesn't matter, right? So I just think it's fabulous. My sister, MD, PhD, one of the biggest nerds on the planet, full nerd, as nerdy as they get. She's like full-blown hippie. purple hair.
Whatever works.
She's like one of the top industry, like people in her industry.
Wow.
She is really, really, really skilled. And she would never say that, but I can. Like they fly her all over the world. Like she is really a very rare resource, and I'm really proud of her. But if you see her, it makes me giggle because I'm like, they have no idea. She's walking around like a total hippie.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
It is very cool. It's just hard as a woman. You kind of have to like gauge how feminine, masculine, how aggressive you are, how you pull back, how people perceive you. Like it's so much to consider.
You're
in
so right.
In each place that you go, it's different.
You're right. You're right.
You know,
I
like in my community, I kind of had to like be, act more feminine. I'm like 5'7", which is like not that tall, but for Persians it is. Like that was a detriment when I was dating. I'm an attorney, another detriment. I got married later in life. Like
how old were you when you got married?
35, which is late in general, but for my community, I mean, there was like no hope for me at that point.
Yeah, you were like had the mark on you.
Done. Yeah.
What do they call it? Like a spinster or something? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's basically what, yes. Yeah. But like, listen, I was focused on my career.
And then you're like, boom, 3 kids. How can I help you?
I told you when we focus, we're like,
we get
boom,
it done.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to waste.
No, you didn't. I love that. I think that's so cool. So let's talk about our future facelifts. How are we going to go about that?
You do not need a future facelift.
No,
you
not
look
yet.
Amazing.
Not yet. No. We're not there yet. I'm only 41. Newly 41. I just want to disclaimer that.
Yes, I understand.
My daughter Charlotte looked at me last night and she goes, "Mommy, how old are you? 30?" And I was like, "That's right, dear.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. 30 all day, going backwards." But yeah, so we're doing a 2 for?
We'll do a 2 for 1.
Okay. Don't go with all your cousins and your friends. I know there's probably
No, they're all going to go before.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you trust your brother to do that to you?
I think he's like the only person in this world I would trust.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like terrified.
He's a big deal.
Listen, for a sister of a surgeon, I'm like not what you would expect. Like I'm terrified of everything. I hate Botox except for if it's in my jaw for all my clenching. I don't do like many procedures. Like I started doing, what did I do? The PRP microneedling.
Yeah.
Because I got annoyed at everyone being like, so what are you doing? Do you do this laser, that laser? And I was like, I'm not doing anything. But you know what? I'm going to go because everyone keeps asking
Don't
me.
tell us that because you look so freaking good.
Oh my God.
Your
I love
skin
you.
looks like
Really?
you are 15 years old.
You're so cute. It's
I'm
genetic.
not kidding.
And my mom is like this too.
It's unbelievable.
But for being Ben's sister, I'm just not into all of the.
You have so much at your disposal and yet
Just
you're not even
me.
maximizing
I
the
don't
opportunity.
I don't care. Like, this is the way that I look. I don't care.
So I want to ask you about Nadiv.
Yes.
So, because let's not gloss over your husband.
Yeah.
He's you have just your powerhouses, your whole family.
I mean,
what does he do? Tell the people.
So Nadiv Samimi, different last name, although we are married. He's a pain management doctor with an anesthesia background. He has a man bun. Have you seen him with his man bun?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you saw him with a man bun.
Great with a man bun.
Yeah, he has hair. He has hair left.
He looks really good with it. It's like a cute look for him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He has a great practice with his partner. They are now like concierge. A lot of doctors are not taking insurance anymore, which is unfortunate, but it's the reality. And so he does like epidurals, and he's able to do different like nerve procedures, like burning procedures to help people with pain.
Wow.
He does like some ketamine stuff, which is now being used for PTSD. So yeah, that's what he does.
How does he feel about, I think this is very interesting, especially in your culture. Actually, let me start with a question. I guess my perception, and maybe this is an assumption, is that the Persian community values the woman to be like the homemaker and the man to be the man. Is that the dynamic, or has that changed?
You know, it's really interesting because Iranian culture, which is influenced by Islam, does view women as second-class citizens, as is, relevant in what's happening in Iran now and just in general. The other side is like the Jewish side, which is not like that. Women are kind of on a pedestal. We're bosses. So I have both of that kind of going on for me. But in general, we are viewed as, I'd say majority of the time, as the I guess, like the boss of the family. And so, you know, I chose Nadeev specifically because he didn't care that I wanted to stay and, you know, I still wanted to work. He was okay with it. A lot of guys were not okay with it. So no, he's very much supportive and like pushes me, and he supports anything that I want to do. So he's not typical in that way.
That's what I was trying to understand. That is actually very similar to me and Brian.
Yes, he is very similar in that way. Yeah. Like if I'm like, hey, I want to go travel, he's like, go. Or I wanted to start my firm. He's like, absolutely. What do you need? And he's just always there for me for whatever I want to do.
That is so important and special and lucky for both of us.
I know.
Like really, really, it takes such a strong, I feel that it takes such a powerful, strong, confident man to be able to support and help you, propel you forward and not be threatened by it, not be, you know, angry or resentful that you're maybe not cooking every meal. You know, they understand it's best effort for us, right? Like
Yeah.
it takes a really powerful man, I think.
You're right. And I should remind him of that and me of that when I get like annoyed at him. But, you know, I think like his mom grew up working, so that definitely helped.
Did he grow up in the city too or no?
He was born in Utah and then he moved to the Valley. So he's a Valley boy.
Wait, were you all raised in Beverly Hills or in the city?
No, I'm
Where
from
were you?
San Jose.
Oh, you stayed in San Jose. I don't think I even realized
No.
that.
So after the revolution, my parents escaped, went to San Jose, and I was there till I was 14. So I moved to LA in '94 for high school.
Okay.
And I've been here ever since.
And where'd you go to law school?
Whittier Law School.
Oh,
I went
yeah.
to SC undergrad, Whittier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then I started working in the courts.
Amazing. That's so crazy. I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Of
I do
course.
want to, I don't think we got to because we started going on and on, but how do people find you if hopefully they feel more comfortable coming to you, understanding this idea about trusts and wills and probate and all the things that we find very overwhelming and like we're not ready for?
Yes. I mean, you can just
How?
look me up, Sarah Talei, Talei, my website, taleyandtaley.com. But it's really not intimidating whether like they're coming to me or anybody else. It's really not. It's just like answering a couple questions and just put your signature on there and get it done.
Okay.
You know, like you need a power of attorney. You need an advanced healthcare directive. You need those things. Those are like operative during lifetime. And then, you know, the trust and the will is also very, very important. So it shouldn't take too long, and they can contact me or just get in touch with whoever does this for your family and just get it done. I mean, I'm not going to give legal advice, but anyways, that's what I recommend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is great. That is actually really great. I already feel better about it.
Yeah. I mean, I would say if you're not going to get it done, at least like write something down for what your plan is in case it's ever needed in the future.
That's so great.
Yeah,
I
but
love
we
it.
do have laws here that do help out in case will and trust is not done. It's important because it's a safeguard against like attorney's fees down the line. Some people like to do complex tax planning if you're over like a certain limit. But otherwise, a simple estate plan is not a big deal, and everyone should just do it if they can.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. You guys heard it first. Go get all your stuff buttoned up and call Sarah.
Yeah.
And she'll take care of you.
Yes. Or if you have any specific questions about it, I don't know if like you want me to go deep into it?
No,
or-
I think that it's just good for people to be aware generally that like if nobody told you, because this is one of
Yeah.
those things that I feel like it just happens to you, like, oh, we're here now. If you're like, wait a minute, this is a thing that I haven't done. Now we have told the people that they can contact you about it.
Yes, for sure. And it's not as bad as people think. Honestly, it's like really interesting. The hardest decision for people comes with who will be the guardian of the kids.
Jen, that's you.
Like people cannot decide on that. That is the hard, not where the assets go, not who's going to manage the trust. It's who's in charge of the kids.
I think it's probably because they're afraid to tell people and there's judgment. Go with who you trust. That's my advice as a
also,
non-lawyer.
You know, there's, you know, like someone wants their brother versus their sister, their mom versus their dad. So like a lot of things come up at, you know, at that juncture.
Complicated. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
now,
probably
now
the
I'm
most
thinking, thank
complicated
you
part.
for that. I have to think about this now. No, it's my sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you for
coming
having me.
on.
No, thank you. It's
Congratulations
good to see you.
on
Thank you.
this latest chapter.
Thank you.
Thank you for being honest and relatable, informative.
Of course.
And just my friend.
Thanks. Of course. Good seeing you.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening. We will put Sarah's contact information in the show notes. So if you need help, you will contact her. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Subscribe, rate, review, all the goodness. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that is it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and be sure to follow us at Iconic Nation Media and send us a direct message and comment on some of our posts so that we can hear your feedback and incorporate them into our show. We appreciate you listening, and we look forward to catching you next week.